I'm one of those people who thinks every year is a great year for movies. Finding 10 to love in any given year is never a problem. But even in that context, 2022 was extraordinary. Here are 10 of my favorites for 2022. In 2017, photographer Nan Golden, having just finished a stint in rehab for OxyContin addiction, founded a group called Prescription Addiction Intervention Now to force the Sackler family, art world philanthropists and owners of Purdue Pharma, into accountability for their role in the opioid crisis. Directed by Laura Poitras, All the Beauty in the Bloodshed is both a portrait of an artist who has long trained her lens on society's outliers and a testament to the effectiveness of passionate activism. In The Inspection, from writer-director Elegance Bratton, Jeremy Pope gives a superb performance as a young gay man, homeless and running out of options, who enlists in the Marines, where he faces cruelty and bigotry, but also finds a complex sense of belonging. The story is drawn from Bratton's own experience, and rather than going for the easy answers, he roots out the hard questions. We all need to find our place in the world. No one ever said it would be simple. In 1961, a group of young speleologists trekked to the Calabrian countryside of southern Italy to explore Europe's deepest cave, the Bufurto Abyss, stretching 700 meters below the Earth's surface. In his gorgeously shot and nearly wordless film, Il Buco, Italian filmmaker Michelangelo Framartino recreates that exploration, framing the thrill of inquiry into nature's deepest secrets against the tumult of a rapidly changing world. This is a quietly hypnotic film, and a rapturous one. We know so little about the inner lives of animals. Science can tell us only so much. At age 84, Polish director Jerzy Skolimowski has given us a movie about the odyssey of a donkey named Io, who finds both kindness and the lack of it on a trek from Poland to Italy. Though the film is at times hard to watch, it's ultimately bracingly beautiful, a reminder that we need to look out for our animal friends with the utmost care.
Time is the thing. Time is the essential piece of interpretation. You cannot start without me.
In Tar, Cate Blanchett stars as orchestra conductor extraordinaire Lydia Tarr, a figure so vivid that some moviegoers have believed she was a real person. She's not. Writer-director Todd Field and Blanchett summoned her, tyrannical and magnificent, from imagination. This is an ambitious film about a complicated, often unlikable woman who works hard and reaches high for what she wants. It's also about a human being who loves art so much that she turns it into a kind of sustenance, fuel for survival in a sometimes merciless world.
Vous êtes enceinte, mademoiselle. Je suis désolé.
C'est pas possible.
Even if it weren't so timely, French director Audrey Diwan's Happening, about a young woman trying to obtain an abortion in early 1960s France, would still be a tense and quietly radical piece of work. Adapted from the 2000 memoir by Nobel Prize-winning author Annie Ernaux, the picture is both forthright and moving in its exploration of what an unwanted pregnancy can mean to a woman. In this case, a young student played with raw, bruised resolution by Anna Maria Bartolomei.
Well, I like to say a happy word up and down here. It's a real honor for us to get a chance to appear on a Louisiana hayride. We're going to do a song for you we got out on Sun Records.
Baz Luhrmann's Elvis is less a straightforward biopic of Elvis Presley than a sequin jumpsuit in movie form, impractical but flattering and built to accommodate giant leaps of imagination. Austin Butler, with his regal cheekbones, his eyes as soft as a sigh of longing, conjures both the carnal majesty of Elvis and the dreamy sadness. He's the center of a movie that's in some ways a mess, but it's also exhilarating and filled with love for a king we didn't deserve. In James Gray's semi-autobiographical Armageddon Time, a smart but smart alecky Queen's sixth grader, Paul, played by Banks Rapetta, befriends one of the few black kids in his class, Jalen Webb's Johnny, even as he remains clueless about the specific realities of Johnny's life.
I have eyes in the back of my head, Mr. Davis.
I didn't even do anything.
Human beings like to brag about the times they did the right thing, but nothing is as haunting as the memory of a time in which we failed to act. Armageddon Time reckons with those failures and doesn't offer easy self-forgiveness. As kids, we have no idea how our feelings about our parents will take shape when we ourselves are grown up. That's the territory Scottish writer-director Charlotte Wells explores in her stunning debut film about an 11-year-old girl, played by Frankie Corio, on a holiday break with her father, played by Paul Mescal, during which she begins to come to terms with his flaws and his suffering. This is an intimate, beautifully wrought picture whose delicate power continues to expand long after you've finished watching it.
We're going to use Daddy's camera to film it. Only crash the train once, okay? Then after we get the film developed, you can watch it crash over and over till it's not so scary anymore.
Steven Spielberg has been making movies for more than 50 years, and there are autobiographical touches in many of them. But The Fabelmans is his most purely personal film to date, one that reckons with the bittersweet truth of how families endure even in the face of stress and crisis. Michelle Williams and Paul Dano star as Mitzi and Bert Fabelman, stand-ins for Spielberg's real-life parents. Their performances are among the year's best, delicately textured and deeply moving.